starting recording. Yo, 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 this is Ashley. I be ballin' with another I be ballin' basketball show. We're gonna cover the huge, lit, fire, dope NBA trade deadline. We're gonna follow all the moves. We're gonna talk about who's the winners, who's the losers, give them grades. I got my guest here, Tony.
What's up, everyone? I'm Tony, big Bucks fan. I've been following them ever since we had Mo Williams, Michael Redd, Andrew Bogut. Remember that team? I think that was back in 06, 07. So I've been following them for a long time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're huge Bucks fans, so of course we're gonna talk about the Bucks. You know, let's just start with the Bucks since, me and you, we're huge Bucks fans, huge basketball fans. And the Bucks traded for Jay Crowder, Marquette alum. I want you to tell me your thoughts on the trade. Did we win the trade, lose? Because we gave up 5 second-round picks. We gave up Serge Ibaka, George Hill, and, Jordan Noah, the scorer. So tell me, your thoughts on the trade.
That was a win-win. We've known for the last 5-6 months now that they were talking about getting Jay Crowder. So it's nice to finally have him back. And considering he went to Marquette, nice to have him back here in Milwaukee. We gave up a bunch of guys who weren't really even in the rotation anymore. So, and second round picks. So it was a good trade all around.
Yeah, I think we won the trade. I give it an A because I think we got to go all in. This is Giannis's prime time. So we got to go all in. Don't matter about the second round picks. We can always get a couple more if we want a guy in the draft or something. Right. And those guys weren't really playing a ton. Sometimes they would get DNPs. Serge Ibaka left the team. Jordan, I do like him. He's 6'8". He can shoot. But, we were more into the veteran wings. I think Jay Crowder is going to help us defensively, especially against the Celtics wings. He's a good three-point shooter. I wouldn't call him, a sniper, but he can make them. And toughness, we need that, kind of like P.J. Tucker.
Yeah, another P.J. Tucker. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully, the same results will happen where we picked up a big, trade and we win the championship. You never know. So,
Bucks over Celtics, Sixers. They'll easily make it back to the finals, I believe.
Yeah, the Celtics, they no joke. I think the Celtics and the Bucks are going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we gotta stay on their shooters. Drew gotta lock down on, Brown or Tatum. He gotta come through, be the all-star he is. Chris Middleton gotta come back healthy. Giannis is gonna do Giannis things. It's going to be tough, but I feel like once we get to the finals, it's ours. I think the biggest hump is the Celtics, and of course whoever gets out of the West, but we'll see.
And with that KD trade, now everyone's saying it's going to be Suns back to the finals, probably a Bucks Suns rematch. That would be really fun to see.
Yeah, I was just saying it. I was like, I smell a rematch, possibly. I smell a rematch. That was a great, great trade. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Suns, the KD trade. They did a lot for him. 4, draft picks. Malik Bridges, I like him, 3 and D. Cam Johnson, sniper. What's your thoughts on that?
That was crazy. And it was so late. I think it was like 12:31 in the morning that we were getting the alerts. Breaking news: KD to the Suns. So that was crazy. Definitely the highlight of the trade deadline without a doubt. Because he still had 3-4 years left in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Everyone
he
thought
still got years. Yeah.
So it was very surprising to see, but it was exciting.
Yeah, I was excited. I was like, dang. I was expecting like a trade to happen with KD, but maybe in the off season,
Right.
because the Kyrie trade, it made it seem like they was trying to rebuild around KD. And what I heard was KD and the Nets, they was quietly working out a trade behind the scenes, so no one really knew, except the Suns, of course. So that's a major change because Ja was like, "We good in the West, we good in the West, not anymore."
Yeah, you sure about that?
Oh man, and it was looking like the Nuggets was like, the number one seed. People was picking them in the finals. Now it's like maybe it's the Suns.
Nuggets still look pretty good. They got Jamal Murray back. Nikola Jokic. Oh man, he's a top two center. Either him or Joel Embiid. But you definitely can't count them out.
Yeah, you can't, because he might win his third MVP in a row. We may witness some more history.
Wouldn't be one bit surprised to see that happen.
Yeah, and they got Bruce Brown. He's a good, complimentary player. They just gotta stay healthy. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. It's gonna be tough in the West. I'm glad, they moved, over to the West. Leave the East to us. It's gonna be the Celtics and the Bucks versus each other for many years. And of course, you can't count out the 76ers with Harden and, Joel. So let's stay on the Nets. The Nets traded Kyrie to the Mavs, and I think that's a great piece for Luka. Luka finally has that star that can create his own shot and create for others. The Nets got Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Smith. Oh yeah, and some second round picks, first round picks. So, do you like that trade for the Nets? For the Mavs? Who won? Who lost?
I think it was a win-win for both sides. Brooklyn really wanted to get rid of him. Kyrie didn't want to be there anymore. Luka finally has his co-star. Hopefully, I know that they're hoping he'll want to stay beyond this season because this is what for now this is looking like it was a half-year rental.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he stays. That would be interesting to see Kyrie and Luka with Dallas for the next couple seasons.
Yeah, they're gonna be tough to defend. I want him to stay, but I just feel like he's going from team to team whenever it doesn't work out. So hopefully it works out. I don't know. Yeah, I said they both won the trade. They both got, good players they can easily trade later on, with the Nets. And they did 2 A+ trades, with KD and, Kyrie. And it's crazy that Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, they didn't even get to the finals. They didn't win a championship. Everybody was like, oh, scary hours. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. That's tragic.
They only won one playoff series. Just one.
That is disappointment.
For real.
Hopefully they can rebuild nicely with those picks. I do like Bridges and Cam,
They're good 3-and-D players, so that was if they can build around those guys, get a couple more pieces. I mean, they're not gonna I mean, they could win a playoff series or two.
Yeah, they're still in a good seed. They was winning a lot, with KD and Kyrie. They're still in the playoffs as of now.
Yep.
So the Lakers, let's talk about the big Lakers trades. They made a lot of trades. Let's talk about let me pronounce this right. Rui Hashimura. I think that's about right. They got him from the Wizards for Kendrick Nunn, 3 second-round picks. How do you grade that one?
That was a solid move. I would give it A minus, B plus, something like that.
I like that they're getting young players, because when they did have young players, they just traded them away. So I'm glad they're getting some young players. Rui, he's a nice forward that can shoot it, and they do need more shooting. Let's talk about another big trade they got, right? So D'Angelo Russell, he was drafted by the Lakers. Now he's back. They got Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and Minnesota receives Mike Conley, how to pronounce this? Alexander Walker, I'll just say. A second-round pick. Well, they got 3 second-round picks. Then Utah got Russell Westbrook, possibly a buyout, obviously. They got Anderson, they got Damian Jones in the first-round pick. How do you assess those trades for each team? Let's talk about the Lakers, then Minnesota, then Utah.
Well, it's so funny that Utah, remember that crazy good start they had?
Mm-hmm.
Where they were one of the top seeds, and then they really off hard. And it did not seem like they were ever going to make this trade, to get Russell Westbrook. It's kind of weird that they got to this point now where, okay, we're not going to contend, so we'll take Westbrook, probably buy him out.
Yeah, it's crazy. If I was like a Utah Jazz fan and they was winning, I would be like, what about Victor Wembanyama? I botched his last name, but I would be like screaming, like, I know they're winning, but I want Victor. So it's good that they're going in the opposite direction, because I didn't really think they were going to contend or anything. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise that they're losing now, I feel like. And I think it's good for Minnesota too, because it wasn't working with Russell, even though he's friends with Towns, and they got a leader in Mike Conley, and so maybe they can turn their season around.
Yeah, Conley brings that veteran that they so very much needed. He has how many years of experience? He's one of the older.
He has a lot of playoff experience.
More veteran point guard.
And I like the Lakers picks because Vanderbilt, he's more like a hustle guy, defense. Russell, he's kind of hot and cold. Like, he has big games, but then he has games where, like, he's not very consistent. But, hopefully this second time around with the Lakers is good for him. And Malik Beasley, he's a 3-point threat, and they need shooting. So I think it's a great trade all around.
Exactly. The Lakers had no 3-point shooting. It was Patrick Beverley was their best 3-point shooter, but now they have Russell, Beasley, Hamichimura. They can all shoot the 3 incredibly well, so they're looking a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know how Rob Pelinka did it, but he got a bunch of, good young talent at the deadline. Oh, the next trade, Mo Bamba. I actually like him. He's shooting 40% from 3 this year. I would have liked the Bucks to pick him up, but the Magic.
Yeah, he would have been a good option behind Brook Lopez.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know he was available, The Magic got Patrick Beverly, which is gonna be a buyout, and they got, second round pick cash considerations. I'm like, Bucks, that could have been the center for the Bucks when Brooke retires. But
Right.
so yeah, he's good. He's long, lanky. So I think they got a lot of good talent. And LeBron, they just gotta follow LeBron's lead, and Anthony Davis too.
Right. This is looking a lot like the 2018 Cavs. Remember how they had
Yep.
They completely revamped their roster at the trade deadline?
Yep.
Looking just like that.
Yeah. New fresh blood, they say. Bring the new in. And as far as Patrick Beverly, he's going to help some contending teams in the buyout market. Russell Westbrook, I heard that the Clippers, the Miami Heat, and the Chicago Bulls, I heard those are options for Russell, and he can help all of those teams, Just gotta not be because someone described him as a vampire.
Yeah, someone in the locker room said, "Oh, the vampire's gone."
Yeah, I don't think he's that bad. What do you think?
Well, it's weird because when he was with the Lakers, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, is his career over? No one's gonna want him." And now now that he's not on the Lakers anymore, it's so weird seeing, oh, all these teams are interested in possibly acquiring him. I could see him going to the Clippers. They need a point guard, and it would be funny seeing him back in LA. So I think he would end up with the Clippers, but who else was it? The Bulls, and the Heat.
Yeah, the Bulls, the Heat. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Okay.
And the Bulls, they don't have Lonzo Ball, but they're not really contending, so I'm not sure why he would pick them. The Heat, they've been up and down this year. Not sure about that either. So I think Clippers, because he did play with Paul George. And they.
Oh yeah.
Let's just go to, since we're on the Clippers, we could talk about their trades. So there was a trade where they traded John Wall. So the Rockets received John Wall, which is hilarious, Danny Green, and a pick. The Grizzlies received Luke Kennard from the Clippers. That's a great shooter. And the Clippers received Eric Gordon. He's a good vet that can score, and 3 second-round picks. What do you think about that trade?
It's crazy seeing Eric Gordon back with the Clippers about 10 years later. John Wall. It's even funnier seeing John Wall back to the Rockets after what he said about what he said was that they were trash. He said something along those lines. So it's so funny that he ended up back there.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's gonna possibly get, bought out. So I don't know where he's gonna go, John Wall, but the Rockets don't really want him, and he doesn't want the Rockets. But yeah, it's crazy. And I think the Grizzlies got another shooter. That's good for John Morant, Clippers. I'm not really sure about the Eric Gordon thing because I feel like when he's healthy, he's good. So as long as he's healthy, that's the key. That's the key with the whole Clippers team. Okay. So here's another thing that they did. So the Clippers traded Reggie Jackson as well. So they traded both. And they got they got Mason Plumlee because they really needed a center for to back up Zubac. And the Hornets received Reggie Jackson, who's possibly gonna get bought out again in a second round pick. How do you feel about that?
I was very surprised to see the Clippers trade Reggie Jackson because for a while it seemed like, okay, who do they have left at point guard besides Terrence Mann? But then later they end up acquiring Bones Highland from the Nuggets. So
Mhm.
they're all right at point guard for now.
Yeah, and they probably feel like, their wings can handle the ball as well. And they also have Terrence Mann. So maybe they didn't like their point guard options. I thought Reggie Jackson could shoot, but we'll see if they can get Russ. But there are some other point guards available too, like Patrick Bev. So, that could be a reunion too. Interesting. But we'll see what happens. So the next trade, the Warriors got Gary Payton. They loved him so much, they got him back from the Blazers. They traded 5 future second round picks for Gary. So they love him. They absolutely love him. What do you think?
That's crazy. 5 second-round picks.
That's like Jay Crowder almost.
Man, yeah, these teams really don't value these second-round picks, or they think, oh, I could just acquire one during the offseason or during the draft. But was Gary Payton really worth 5 second-round picks? So I could see like 2, maybe 3.
I guess they
Five.
were really desperate. They didn't want to let him go. And they definitely need defense. In that wild, wild west, they're going to need that defense. And I like Gary Payton. I do. Remember he used to be on the Bucks?
Yeah, we had him on 10-day contracts, right? I think we had him on 2 of them.
Yeah, and the only bad thing is like the shooting. I feel like if he could like shoot really well, he would have been got a big contract. But his defense is legit.
Yes.
The Pistons received James Wiseman from the Warriors. Whoa, that's a good piece for them, a young big. But the Warriors, they just drafted him a couple years ago, second pick. That's crazy. The Hawks received Sadiq Bey, and I think that's a great pickup. He's a great shooter. The Warriors received Kevin Knox and 5 second-round picks. These picks are flying. These second-round picks are flying, man. What's your take on that?
That was another good move all around. Sadiq Bey, like you said, he's very good at the 3-pointers. Atlanta definitely needed another guy like that on their team to help out Trae Young. And then for the Pistons, James Wiseman, that's a good young center to have. Because I'm not sure. I know they had Marvin Bagley. I'm not sure who they had as center though.
Yeah. I think he's like a power forward, and then Isaiah Stewart, I believe his name is. He's like a center for them. Yeah, I think it's a good risk. He has like injury problems, but bigs take a while to like develop, and I guess the Warriors weren't patient. They want to win now, so I understand that.
Yeah.
And Kevin Knox, he's another young player that needs development. I don't know if the Warriors are gonna do it, but the Blazers, another trade. I do like this trade for the Blazers. Matisse Thybulle, the Sixers received Jalen McDaniels, 2 second-round picks. The Hornets received McAvilly. See, I know he's a shooter. His name is hard to pronounce, but they got a second-round pick. Do you know who I'm talking about? His name is spelled like SBI. So how do you like that?
I know what you're talking about. I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Yeah. So do you like it for the Blazers, the Sixers, the Hornets?
I like those moves. Seems like the Blazers have been making a lot of not a lot of big name moves, but they're getting some good depth pieces for the position. They're getting Damian Lillard some good help, so I bet he's got to be happy about that.
Yeah. Matisse just got to learn how to shoot, and then he would be golden, Yep. The Sixers get McDaniels, who's a better three-point shooter than Thibault. The Hornets, they still got a young piece. He's good at shooting, I feel like the Hornets, they need to really rebuild, get LaMelo some help. But, this year's draft is going to be good, so I think they're going to get some help. I don't think the playoffs are in their future this year, though.
No. Not, at least they'll be out at least the next couple seasons, I think.
Yeah. So, the next trade, the Nuggets received Thomas Bryant, and I heard he didn't like the minutes he was getting after Anthony Davis got healthy, so he wanted to trade. And the Lakers received Reed and 3 second-round picks. Your thoughts?
That was a good move for both teams. It's a nice move for the Nuggets again, a solid backup behind Jokic. And I was surprised to see that that Brian was very worried about his minutes, and then definitely once they got Mo Bamba, so it was going to be Mo Bamba at center. They also had Gabriel Davis would play there when he's not at the 4, so he was definitely the odd man out.
Yeah, and Rui, he may not get a lot of minutes behind Jokic either. He's an MVP. He's gonna be playing 30+ minutes, but he's a good energy big guy. I like him. The Clippers receive Bones Highland, and the Nuggets receive 2 second-round picks. I heard this happened because Bones didn't like his role, and his minutes was dwindling, and he wanted a bigger role. But he's not going to get that with the Clippers either. So I'm not sure with young players today. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't get that. Nuggets are definitely they're definitely more likely to contend than the Clippers. I mean, the Clippers are good, but don't get me wrong. But so I was very surprised to hear that.
Yeah. And he's going to be competing with a lot of wings. Obviously, Kawhi and PG, but also, what if they get Russ? They already have Terrence Mann, and they got Eric Gordon, so I don't think that's going to be his last stop. I don't know. The Celtics got Mike Muscala. I actually think this is a good pickup. He's like 39 or 40% three-point shooter. The Nuggets got Justin Jackson and 2 second-round picks. I feel like Jackson, he was on the Bucks. I feel like he's just a journeyman,
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts?
That was a nice move for the Celtics. Again, another stretch big man like Al Horford.
Mm-hmm. And Grant Williams. Bud, please close out on the bigs. I know you like Brooks in the paint, but we lost that game 7 because he left Grant Williams open, and then earlier in the series he let Al Horford, the old man, go off, and I'm like, I guess, but you gotta guard them. You can't be late because they're NBA players. If they have a lot of space, they're gonna make them.
And of course, it's against the Bucks that Grant Williams goes off. So that was frustrating to see.
I mean, come on. The next trade, the Raptors received Zakem Pirtle. Is that how it's pronounced? He's from the Spurs.
Jakob Poeltl?
Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? I think so.
Yes.
And the Spurs received Ken Birch, a first round pick. Wow, and 2 seconds. So yeah, I heard the Spurs didn't want to pay Siakam in the offseason. How do you assess this?
They want Victor Wembanyama. Is that how you pronounce it?
That would be gold. I don't know. He can make any team, whether it's the Rockets or Magic or the Spurs or the Hornets, he can make them into contenders for a very long time.
Yep. And then with the Raptors, everyone thought they were gonna trade Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, maybe Pascal Siakam, and then just rebuild. But
Yeah.
no, they're going the other way. So it's funny it's cool they brought back a Jakob Pertl, and
yeah,
they could definitely get one of the top. What seed are they right now? They could definitely be a top 6.
Let me see. They might be. Are they 10? I'm not sure. Let me look. Let's look at the standings. First is Celtics, then it's the Bucks, the 76ers, the Cavs, the Nets, and then it's the Heat, the Knicks, the Hawks, the Bulls. Man, where are they? The Raptors. Yeah, they're 10.
Okay, so
They're
be
30. You know what I heard? I heard that the Warriors really wanted OG, but the price was just too high. And I heard Trent's name a lot, and then I heard the Bucks actually was interested in Fred VanVleet, and
really?
they was centering it around Grayson Allen, but I guess they couldn't get it done. Man, that's crazy. All the coulda beens with the Raptors. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Raptors because they're a great team. They have great pieces, Scotty Barnes, but they're missing that star. You know. You know what they should do? They should just rest all of their stars and try to get Victor Wembanyama. Because if they did that, then they got their star for the future. But they're kind of too good to tank, and they're not great enough to contend. And that's the spot you don't want to be.
Yeah, they'll be one of those. I don't know if mediocre is the right word, but yeah, they'll be for sure right in the middle.
Yeah, unfortunately. The Pelicans received Josh Richardson and the Spurs received Dante Graham and 4 future second round picks. Spurs getting those picks. But yeah, Graham wasn't that great with the Pelicans. And Josh Richardson, he's just like a vet. He hasn't played a lot lately in the teams he's been on. What you think?
He's kind of been a journeyman, hasn't he? He was with the Sixers, right? Heat.
Yeah, Sixers. Yep.
A couple other teams. So.
Yeah, and Graham, he used to be with the Hornets. And he had that like big breakout season. But sometimes that's the way it is. You have a big year and then you kind of going through the motions. You got to pick it up, Graham. This trade wasn't that great. It's the Hawks received Garrison Matthews, he's like 3-point shooter. Bruno Fernando, he's like a big. Rockets received Frank Kaminsky and Justin Holiday. So we'll see if some of those are buyouts. That wasn't really a major trade. What you think?
Frank the Tank on the move again?
Frank the Tank. He would be a good.
Been traded.
Huh?
This is what at least the second or third time he's been traded. So he's kind of one of those journeymen too now.
He was with the Suns like twice. He's just going from team to team. He got to pick it up. He's one of those third string centers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case someone gets in foul trouble or injured. But what can you do? But I do like Justin Holiday. He's a good, 3-and-D guy, So we'll see if he'll be a buyout candidate. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be interesting to see. Yeah, he could help out any team that's in contention right now.
Hey, Drew Holiday.
Unite the Holiday brothers. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Hey, Giannis got the Nassus, so let Drew have one of his brothers. The Suns received Darius Bazley. He's like a young, lanky wing. Thunder received Dario Saric in a second-round pick. That wasn't that exciting. What do you think?
I thought Dario Saric was going to be starting for the Suns. I thought their front court was. I thought it was going to be KD, Dario Saric, and then DeAndre Ayton. But yeah, the right way. Oh no, he's out. So, wait, who did they get back?
Bazley, Darius Bazley. He's like a combo forward. He's still developing. I'm not really sure why the Thunder gave him up because they're so young, but maybe it's because they already have so many young players. They got a young rookie who's doing well, and they got a second-round pick out of it. I heard they have, I forgot how many, like 54 picks, and or something like that. They have 14 first-round picks or something, or 19 second-round picks, something like that.
Yeah, that's not even far off. It is, yeah, for real. It is something like that.
If they get Victor with Shai Alexander, and they got Chet, who he's gonna miss this season, but and they got Josh Giddey.
Oh yeah, he's a solid player too.
The only bad thing about it is the Thunder are in the West. It's packed. But by the time they contend, some of the older guys are probably going to get old, so they'll be okay. So what I want to ask you is, what was your favorite trade or shocking trade? What was the most shocking trade? What was your favorite trade?
Definitely the most shocking was the KD to the Suns.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because he seemed so certain that he was going to stay in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That was crazy though. And then, but I gotta say that my favorite trade was Jay Crowder to the Bucks. Much needed 3-and-D guy. Yep.
Oh yeah, the Bucks behind me. Hopefully we can get another championship. Oh, who do you pick to be in the NBA Finals? Who two teams, East and West?
I think the Bucks will come out of the East, and then for the Western Conference, I think it'll be the Suns or the Nuggets. But I could see a Bucks Suns rematch.
Oh yeah, that would be one for the history books. So let's end it on some Bucks talk. What do you think needs to happen for the Bucks to win this year? And who do you want the Bucks to get in the buyout market possibly?
I'm hoping we get Will Barton. I saw the Wizards are very likely going to buy him out.
Yeah.
So I would like to see him on the Bucks.
Yeah. I think he would be good wing depth, and he's 6'5", he can score. I think he'd be good. I don't think he's like getting the rotation right away, but like I can see Bud putting him in spurts because he does go 10 deep. So I can see that for sure. Um, we could use like a good big because Bobby Portis is out, and also just for insurance, with Brooke and Giannis and Bobby. Also Jay Crowder can play the four a little bit too, but I think he's gonna be more like three. And we could use like a third string point guard because we gave up Hill, and we have Carter, and we have Drew. And of course, Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Ingles, they can handle it. But it's good to have a third guard on the table too. So, either one.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that. So Javon Carter will hopefully get some more minutes, and then
Hmm.
we definitely need another point guard. So that'd be great to get another point guard from the buyout market.
Yeah. Um, I'd be cool with Pat Bev. Um, I wonder if because Derrick Rose isn't playing with the Knicks. He's not like in the rotation, but Dib still likes him in the locker room. I wonder if they're gonna buy him out. I don't know, because the Bucks have been interested in Rose for years.
I was really hoping to see on Twitter breaking news: Bucks trade for Derrick Rose.
So yeah, big fan of Rose.
Yes. Yes.
I know it'd be close to Chicago, and Chicago fans probably would be mad, but that would be funny to make.
Yeah, get Derrick Rose a ring with Milwaukee.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Chicago would not like that. So what's a thing to end it on? Like, what's a thing to that's gonna help the Bucks get a championship?
Hopefully stay healthy and um
Yep, that's key.
I'm really hoping to see Coach Bud be more consistent with player minutes too. Because
Yes,
like when Marjan Beauchamp, like he was playing for a while and he was looking pretty good,
yes.
and then suddenly he's just out of the rotation, not playing at all.
I didn't understand that. And everyone knew Jordan Nora wasn't going to last here, and he was
Exactly.
getting minutes. And I'm like, what's going on? Give Marjan Beauchamp some minutes because we don't have a lot of young players. Let him get some experience and learn. I don't understand that. You knew Hill wasn't going to last. I'm not sure what Bud is thinking. But yeah, I feel like Bud isn't that great of a coach. I just think we won a championship with him because really it was Giannis being Giannis, that block, and he came back from injury. Brooke was on another level. Chris Middleton hitting 40 points in the NBA Finals. Drew Holiday's defense, I think that was the main key. And of course, Tucker bringing out the dog,
Yep.
Bobby Portis, double-double machine. I'm not saying he's a horrible coach. I just think he isn't consistent. And, we don't run a lot of plays. And I feel like sometimes when we make adjustments, the adjustments come too late, you know, um, or he doesn't make adjustments at all. And I'm like, please be better, bud, please.
I agree. Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, health is the number one key. If Chris Middleton could get back to where he was, Drew Holiday, we know he's going to bring it defensively. But in the playoffs, his offense kind of suffers. So I hope that,
Yeah.
he brings that offense. And, hopefully Jay Crowder, he gets into shape. I fully expect Giannis to just go beast mode. And of course, we got to get Bobby healthy. Brooke is just, I feel like refs don't even like Brooke, but I feel like he should be Defensive Player of the Year.
For
But
sure. Yep.
yeah, refs would be taking blocks away from him. I'm like, come on now. But I do feel like Bud is the key, you know.
Yep.
So, any last thoughts? I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. You're a first timer, and I know you're not going to be last because you're a Bucks fanatic and you're a great person and
You too.
you're good. Thank you. And you're a huge basketball fan with a lot of great knowledge. I love your opinions. Any last thoughts?
Go Bucks, go Bucks and 6.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great blue jersey.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you. Please like, comment your thoughts. Who won the trade? Who lost the trade deadline? You know, give me your thoughts on the Bucks. Make sure you subscribe. And thank you for all my podcast listeners. And thank you. Go Bucks. Stay ballin', baby.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Oh, yeah.
Word on the beat.